Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. Last time we invaded the missile base and did as much as we possibly could to not get into any battles. This time, now that we've set the error ratio on the missiles and hopefully they will miss Balamb Garden, we're not allowed up here. But we've got a report on the missile coordinate data. Very well, go right ahead. Alright, we'll do that. It's fine, don't worry about it. Not a big deal. It's not going to result in, everything going wrong and Selphie blowing everything to smithereens, as she so loves to say. Proceed as scheduled. Looks like there's some kind of mist at the top there. Is that smoke? That's actually probably the first time I've noticed that at the top of the screen there. Prepare for launch. Hello? What are you doing here? Yeah. Oh? What intruders? We haven't revealed ourselves yet. Oh, it was completely wrong. Oops, I screwed up the salute. It's kind of odd that they pull that in, considering what Rinoa was trying to do the salute earlier and kind of, doing it right, but kind of falling behind in terms of, how fast she responded with it. Alright. Let's, what? Well, that was weird. Selphie's such a child at times. Yeah, I don't think the world is going to flash white and give you, a couple minutes to change clothes there, Selphie. But RPG logic, that's fine. Alright, so this is a somewhat frightening battle, surprisingly enough. We want to go to these guys, and we want to cast Silence on the leader. And we're going to have to be ready to do that again if it fails. Success! I'm good. Okay, now that we've done that... What'd you cast? Did you cast Asuna? Let's try and finish off one of the side soldiers here. We want to keep Silence on this guy, but we also want to draw Silence from one of the side guys as well. Yeah, unfortunately they have remedies. They spam them quite often. They're too strong, are they? Yeah, we want to try and keep them in silence if at all possible, and we're going to have to recast that throughout this battle. But most of the battle is going to be done off-screen. See if I can finish off the one soldier here. There we go. So one of them's fallen down. So the leader has Confuse and Reflect, both of which I would like to draw. The soldier has Silence, which I would also like to draw. So I'm going to draw 300 of each of these, continuing to cast Silence whenever necessary, and I will see you in a moment. Okay, we're all finished there. Now, I've never really actually told you why we want to keep this guy silenced, and, well, that's because he loves to cast that new spell that we just drew, Confuse. We had access to the other ones before. He doesn't cast Remedy as often, throughout the whole fight. He kind of did at the start and then he stopped, so I'm not particularly worried about him. There's a couple lines of dialogue that were missed over the course of it. Basically just something like this, and he'll read instructions saying to attack with magic even if he's silenced and can't do it himself, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go over, well, they're human enemies, so they're weak to poison, but I'm not going to go over status weaknesses or anything like that because, well, they're basically just normal enemies, just with a little bit more HP. So I didn't think there was any real point in going over that. But, yeah. Now we gotta stop the missiles and blow the base to smithereens. Should be a launch control mechanism. Alright, let's start looking. Over here? Well, that was fast. I can't remember if they say anything while you're trying to do that. I couldn't remember which one it was. I was just guessing randomly since the other two went off in different directions. Well, Sophie is the computer genius, apparently. Now we gotta find self-destruct. Alright. We're not done searching yet. Not that one. Is it over here? Is it over here? Not that one either. Are you gonna let me go into the room where it actually is anytime soon, game? Yeah, you have to talk to at least one of the panels. I'm not sure if you have to talk to both of them or not, but... Hey, we found self-destruct. Now we have to set a timer. Now, in the past when we set timers, the amount of points we got to our seed level depended entirely upon how much time was left at the end. Here, it's not how much time is left, it's how much you actually set the timer for. So with 10 minutes, you don't lose any seed level. Any of these other ones, you lose amounts of seed experience. Seed experience, if I haven't mentioned before, is, you know, basically goes up to 100, and then once you hit 100, that's a seed level. So I think if you go 40 minutes, it's like 105 seed experience points, so you lose a full level. So just pick 10 minutes, it's more than enough time, you don't have to worry. Alright. Alright, now let's get out of here. Now the thing is, if you go down, you'll go the same direction you were before, but if you take this exit over here, it warps you almost entirely out of the base. It's very, very nice. Even if you had to walk through the whole thing, it's not like it's a big deal. I do note that if you initiated battle earlier on in the sequence and lost seed points that way, then you would have had to set the error ratio on the way out. Oh, by the way, so you'd have to do that, so it would take a little more time. So it's kind of tedious that way, but you shouldn't be doing that anyway because you just lose points and there's no real reason to. But yeah, it warps us all the way out here. Now, that secret exit that I took, well, it's not really a secret, but I took that exit primarily, well, because the timer was under 20 minutes. If it's over 20 minutes, you actually can't use it for some reason. Do I have need to set any of these things? When you stop learning things, it'll just appear as nothing, by the way. Are we working on anything particularly useful around here? Treatment. Oh yeah, after HP plus 40, I put it on HP plus 80%, which is ridiculously high. But again, we're working toward unlocking a new ability. Ooh, we almost have Dark Side. I'm gonna switch that to Encounter None, just for now. And you're good. Okay, perfect. Glad I checked that. Well, everyone's hauling ass. Get the hell out of here. Self-destruct. Wow, there's a lot of soldiers. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh. Well, there goes all that hard work. They managed to get the missiles off ahead of time. Hopefully that error ratio worked. Still not sure why that was there. Yeah, it probably would. You don't want to suffer her wrath. How about you suffer my wrath? Why are there blue lights? Is there a disco ball in there? And we have boss time Mark II. This time we gotta fight this thing. This is why in the previous episode I mentioned setting my, what do you have? What's the other spell that you have? I don't remember off the top of my head. Let's load up the other one there. You have the stop spell. We don't need the stop spell. Mugging this guy would be... Can you not... There's nothing to mug from this guy, is there? There we go. But yeah, I put water on my elemental attack because this guy happens to be weak to water. He's also weak to thunder and earth. He's immune to poison. And basically our strategy, we just keep hitting it. It's not that difficult. You don't need to do a lot of damage to this guy in order to take him down. The chances are he has between 4,000 and 8,000 HP approximately. You get random little bits of dialogue from the soldiers that are inside. If you wanted to, you can hit him with slow and I believe blind? Maybe blind. Yeah, blind. But that's not really all that important because really, you're just going to keep hitting him anyway. Yeah, there's not much to this fight. As far as attacks go, he only has like 2 of them. And I think he's got like a beam cannon if you let him stay alive long enough, but that never happens. He falls down too fast. Hey, look, soldiers! Now, I believe these are the same guys as before, and oh, look at that, tent. Are they? No, these are just regular soldiers. Okay, so they're not the same as the ones that we fought earlier. We wouldn't be able to draw, you know, anything useful from them. Even if we could, I have other ways of getting subsequent spells later on anyway, so that's not a big deal. We get a weapons magazine for defeating them. 4 AP. I'm supposed to get 10. Whatever. Here, it's interesting. They don't really tell you what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go over here, run to the gate, and then you're supposed to run back to the door. I don't think you have to touch anything. And then you run into the center and go to the fence, and that triggers the sequence. It's not necessarily like really obvious what you're supposed to do here, but as far as I've seen from speedrunning, you run all the way to one side, all the way to the other side, run to the middle, go talk to the fence, and that should trigger the scene instead of waiting around forever. I have a feeling he probably won't. No, not a good idea. It's all over. More dramatic, huh? He chose you guys because he didn't have a lot of options. He had 6 people to work with, 3 went one way, 3 went another way. I told him to bring the other 2 because, you know, cutscenes and items. If you say so, Selby. Oh. Wow, that was sad, but also very impressive. And for now, the garden's safe. But we know better. There are missiles on the way. There could indeed be missiles on the way. We have to report to the headmaster. Seems like it'll be quick and easy. Let's, we don't even need to go and switch anything up. Let's just head right in here and we'll go to the headmaster. Find the headmaster. What? Evacuating? Kill him? What the hell's going on here? Okay, now things are starting to look scary. I think I'm going to put my junctions on now. Yeah, let's get some junctions going here. And what exactly is going on here? Can I talk to you? All you say is go. Okay, well, that doesn't particularly help, but okay, sure. Let's try and figure out what is going on here. There are battles in here. Excuse me? That's not what happened to the garden last time I was here. Oh. Not like they're hard enemies, these are just the ones from, if you didn't want to draw a silence before from the other guys, you didn't have to, you can draw them here if you want. That is all fine, not a big deal. Now, I told you, well, you know what, I'll save that for a different fight. I was gonna go over some of Squall's other limit breaks, but I'll save that for a different fight. We can probably take water off of our elemental attacks. There we go. Alright, so I just took water off my elemental attack, because I don't really need that right now. Considering the damage I actually did to the big robot, I have a feeling that it wasn't actually weak to water. I should have been doing more damage than just that. Which side are you on? I have no idea what you're talking about. Garden Master, or are you with Sid? Yeah, I have no idea what's going on here. Garden Master Nord. Now, if you remember all the way back to the first episode, I went into the computer and there was some information on there that we had Headmaster Sid and we had Garden Master Norg as the proprietor or the owner, the funder, or something like that. It had a term there, whatever. I still have no idea what's going on. Again, you want to choose that option. I'm not sure exactly what for, but you want to choose it. No, you're not in charge of me. I have no idea who you are, or what's going on. But yeah, these faculty members have a really strange look to them. You actually get a little glimpse of their face from the side in that scene we just had, but up until now, they just kind of seem weird. Alright, there's nothing much to this. We'll use a limit break here. Just because, why not? We'll get a cannon going here. Now, if you learn a whole bunch of different limit breaks for Noah, the chance that she'll use a higher level one versus a lower level one, or, you know, basically a more useful one or less useful one, is entirely determined by her crisis level. Again, it's that hidden meter determined by how low your HP is, what status effects you're in, if there's an enemy dead, or if you're in the aura status. And one other thing I should be doing is switching things back so that I can get Dark Side. Let's get Dark Side. Then I can put that on and make some real good use of it. Meanwhile, what in the hell is going on around here? I have no idea. There's some kind of civil war going on here. This is not what I expected. Gardens in chaos, there's monsters from the training center everywhere. Members of the Garden Masters section set them free. Faction, section, whatever they call it. Watch your back. You talk to him again, you get a Mega Potion. Oh, by the way, I never really talked about it, but I think I ended up with about 300,000 gold after last time, and I also ended up with about 50 Mega Potions and 110. So I just did the Infinite Guild glitch a few times there, just to primarily just to get enough Mega Potions so that I can just use them indiscriminately whenever the hell I feel like it. You don't need to, but I figured I might as well show some kind of value of getting more money, because, well, there really isn't a lot of reason to get more money, because you don't need a lot of it. What's going on? Rounding up seeds. Yeah, this is very disturbing. That's a good word, Fujin. Disappointment for the disciplinary committee. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. Yeah, we need to bail, like, yes. We need to bail yesterday, but apparently we're gonna do this first. This really isn't the best time for a civil war, no. Fighting is intense everywhere, is it? Apparently they're goons. Oh? Oh, so you're with Cypher regardless of anything going on around here. Okay. Yeah, are you guys happy with that decision? Now we still have this thing here, but it's no longer useful to warp us to any particular area. So what we need to do now is run into random battles against enemies we've probably already seen before. Oh my, look at all those bite bugs. Actually, I think this is one of the few battles in the game, to my recollection, that actually has more than 3 enemies. Not that that really matters, but... Okay, we'll finish them off real quick like that. Yeah, the bite bugs really are the weakest enemy in the game. They're really, really easy, even if we don't abuse the crap out of this system. And we learn Dark Side. Now let's make sure Diablos is working on something more valuable, like Encounter None, or Hit Point Junction will also be worth, or not Hit Point, Hit Percentage Junction. And who had Diablos? No, it's not you. It's not you. Which means it's you. So ability. What we're going to do here is, instead of item, we're going to give you Dark Side. And this is a good thing to put on Zell because he has Mug. So if I don't want to steal from a particular enemy, I have the ability to use Dark Side, which will allow me to not only steal from an enemy if I want to, but not steal if I don't want to. And in a little bit, once we get Status Junction for him, when I get my next GF, I'll be able to switch things around. Then it'll make a lot more sense, and he'll have Status Attack Junction. I'll be able to give him Drain, and it'll be very, very useful. But anyway, we got to start clearing up all of the different areas over here, each in turn. Time to die. What enemies do you have for me today? Basic, boring crap. I don't even need to bother. The wrath of this monster. Ooh, scary. I don't even need to hit my trigger. I just need to fall asleep, and I win. I just not get a damage return or counterattack, and I'll annihilate everything. Won't even have to move. Well, that was fun. Now, each time you go into one of these sections, you're thanked for your help, and in this case, the headmaster's not here. They're fortifying it so that people think that he's here. Hey, that's a good plan. Oh. Well, each time you come into one of these sections, you talk to somebody. Definitely not here. Somebody? You're doing your best, okay? Please, somebody give me something. In this case, you'll only get this particular item if Zell is in your party. This is the only reason I brought him. You get a Mega Phoenix. Not that that is particularly valuable, but this lady is known as the library girl with pigtails, and she has a crush on Zell. So every time you have Zell in your party at a plot point, she'll give you something. Or usually, anyway. So we did that. Let's keep going here. We'll run into the training center. Should I show you this guy? Sure, Glacial Eye. There's Dark Side in action. It does a little bit of damage, and it does additional damage to the enemy as well as that little bit to yourself. That's why it will be a little bit better once we can finally get Drain on there, but I still need to learn Status Attack Junction first. You'll notice my seed level is up 2 levels from where it was in the last time I got one. Okay, there we go. I was going to cut this out, but no. There we go. I'm going to show off a new limit break here, hopefully. I missed one. Well, I told you each time you get a new ability here, or a new weapon for Squall, he gets a new ability. Or a new limit break. This is his third one. We've already seen his first one, which is Rough Divide, saw that earlier in the game. He has two others that we would like to show off. Now, if you're not doing a lot of damage to T-Rex, you can always card them if you want. And that way you're not going to gain extra experience from him, but it's also just a faster way of initiating an instant death ability, since I'm not sure if they're immune to instant death, but this is faster anyway. And they give lots of AP. But yeah, we gained 2 levels in our seed level there, just because we didn't screw up anything in the missile base mission. You're going after junior classmen, which basically are kids, as you can see. We have a seed protecting children against cadets, it looks like. Well, the kids are training indeed, aren't they? Why, you little... Every time we're given the option, we want to help. Again, I'm not sure how Squall got on top of that building on the right, but sure, whatever. Yeah, these guys quote the same lines and then summon more enemies to kick our ass. It's not a big deal. And we have another T-Rexar. Those who oppose Norg must die. I'm going to see if I can get another different variant of his limit break here. Of course not. I was hoping. And I should probably heal now, because, you know, the T-Rexars, they actually have some power to them. Even with my decent stats, I probably shouldn't be sitting at less than a quarter of my maximum HP. Not with all my characters, anyway. As long as I have one that's, you know, pretty powerful, I should be fine, but... Oh, it missed. Okay, one more go around, and then we'll try carding him again if this doesn't work. And we didn't get anything from it. Oh well, we'll card him. Or not. I think I'm going to cure somebody just so that somebody has a little more HP. Just in case something bad happens. Let's try carding him again. Then we'll try another limit. Because he should have easily been carded by now. There we go. I would like to card them in groups of 2 so that I can refine them easier. But yeah, they have lots of AP, they give lots of experience too, so if you want lots of experience, by all means. Okay. So, I've gotten that. Oops. So let's move you on to status defense junction, and I will end up switching things up, just not exactly right away. I gained a little more AP than I was expecting to. Hope this helps. We get a remedy. I believe you get at least one item out of every area, except for the dorm. It's kind of an odd choice, but, oh well. Alright, so we'll go over to one more area over here, and then I think we'll call her a day. Alright, so we'll go in this area. And what's going on in the parking lot? Man, you guys are boring. They don't have any new dialogue, they just pull the same crap, and again, these are like the Guado from Final Fantasy X. They summon Pokemon to fight for them, and that's pretty much it. They don't do anything themselves. Let's see, you have doubles if I care, I don't. Got a dragon fin. I was hoping for a dragon skin, but that's fine. I don't know if I have a chance of stealing it from him, to be quite honest. Actually, these guys have a lot of HP. I could make use of Squall's Limit Break here. Come on, give me a different outcome here. Let's see one of the other ones. No? Well, he's dead. Good enough, I guess. Yeah, lots of experience from these fights. And lots of AP. Again, always go all the way inside. Oh, we found him! Oh. Hologram, huh? Man, the technology around here doesn't make any sense. Take this, it may come in handy. That's where they got the line for, what was it, Belgamine in 10? He's not here. But anyway, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time, we will continue through Balamb Garden searching for Cid and collecting items from the people we save along the way. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.